Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back for a little Anime Monday, reacting to them anime on Monday. And today I'm doing Neon Genesis Evangelion episode 15 already, which is entitled Lies and Silence. Okay, well, there's a lot of lies potentially going around, I guess, depending on who knows what within Nerve. People are trying to sneak in, do some covert stuff, maybe working in league with the Angels, we don't know. Silence, I don't know. I mean, there's also silence between some of the characters a lot of the times when they're not on the same page, they're not understanding each other. So, yeah, that's my guess, I suppose. Didn't really get too in depth of what I think might happen, but last time was mostly like a recap, or half of the episode was just a recap of the series so far. It was somewhat useful, but overall probably not necessary. But the second half had some new material. It was mostly the pilots, the kids testing each other's Evas, and Rei seemed to be able to go in Shinji's Eva and it was fine and assimilate with it, but then vice versa didn't work out. When Shinji went in there, it was freaking out. It seemed like it was trying to go after Rei, it smashed the glass where she was standing, but then Ritsuko though said she thought it was going after her, so I didn't really get the sense of that from the scene, but maybe, we're not sure. There's something to do with steel, seed of the soul. A commenter filled me in on that steel apparently is like what that council is, where Akari's always going with the colored lights and like the guys with the funky noses and whatnot that seem to be somewhat in charge of things in Japan, I guess. Apparently that is seal, so I guess that makes sense then. I was wondering why the episode was called that, but there was a scene featuring them. Yeah, but regardless, I'm ready to roll into this episode. So let's see what happens with the lies and silence. These guys had also been to Antarctica recently for some reason. And he was asking Kari about Rei last time, implying that he's not impartial when it comes to her. Mr. Kaji is up to something. He's been sneaking around in several episodes. So he is an undercover agent. They have school on Saturday? Double date? Tell me about it. What happened to Shinji's mom anyway? Oh, so his mom is still alive. Penguin's not invited. Didn't bother to shave either. Okay, so the mom is deceased. Got it. I see. Yui. Those women who long for the touch of other. Oh, gosh, that was so long, I couldn't even read the whole thing. Is that a cello? How old are they all supposed to be now? If you dig too deep, you'll get burned. That's not quite the right phrase. Okay. Oh. Alright. I definitely thought something different was going on for a second. I said that a couple episodes ago. And she just puked too, huh? She really does care. Whoa. Just roll with it, Shinji. Oh, jeez. It's turned pink. Oh, Penguin's gonna be surprised. Get a room, guys. That's what he's saying. We turn green. That seems insulting. She wants her on too on the kissing. I don't think it's gonna happen there, Asuka. She's on a special field trip. Oh yeah, I just remembered at the end of the last episode, Ray was like going to do some mission. They didn't show whatever that was about. This is the Adam that was mentioned a few times. So, alright, so as usual, I'm a little confused about everything that's happening. This was kind of a Mr. Kaji episode to some extent, where we already saw he was sneaking around. Then from the beginning of this episode, it looks like he's a spy for another organization, but he really is still working with Akari on this and Ritsuko, because we knew Ritsuko and Akari were in on some scheme together when they did the thing with that Masato wasn't in on, when the whole thing went down with that rival company or whatever that was developing their own thing, and they sabotaged it. And then there was definitely a scene where Akari was, or where Akaji was like, I think the scene that the episode that he was introduced in, at the end of that, he was like meeting with Akari, and he said something about Adam at that point, actually, which we just saw as this first angel or whatever they have. It looked like crucified almost, basically, but nailed to the wall or whatever there. So then what's the deal though? If they are in on it together, what's the deal with him spying for a different organization? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. It's definitely possible, but maybe I just don't have all the pieces still here, or I wasn't supposed to understand then, maybe. But it's alright. Yeah, a lot of what was this called? Lies and Secrets or whatever, or Lies and Silence rather. Could have been called Kisses and something. Lies and Kisses. Asuka said she, because of boredom, I guess, decided to kiss Shinji. And of course she's acting like she was like, you've never kissed a girl before, right? But I don't think she kissed anyone, a boy before either, especially based on her saying, like, or getting grossed out or whatever happened, like saying people do this for fun or out of boredom or whatever. So another, repetition of her trying to act bigger than him, or, that she's more, experienced or better or whatever. But yeah, I mean, Shinji's still pretty lucky, probably. Even though he gets insulted immediately with the gurgling water, mouthwash or whatever. Better than nothing there for the kid. And then so he had the whole thing with his father. At first I was confused about that too. Like she said, your mother will be there. I guess that was purposely, making it confusing for you, or purposely like setting it up like that. Then you're like, all right, they're at the grave. The mom really is dead. So I guess they do that on the anniversary of her death. Although it seemed like maybe not every year, because it seemed like Shinji was just seeing that for the first time, I guess. And he hadn't even seen his father in a few years, I guess, before that. So did we realize that he said he ran away as well from his father? So is that what happened? He ran away when the mom died, and Akari, the father just didn't go after him, or just left him alone. I still haven't completely connected the dot between where the first episode started with him coming in, getting picked up by Masato from Nerve. Like, where was he living exactly? But anyway, so his dad still gives him like nothing basically, or doesn't even say like, yeah, nice talking to you too, or whatever. Just says I see. Just still like, kind of regards him like a test subject almost, or something still. So I don't know if that's gonna help Shinji, but at least he's trying to connect a little bit. A little bit of a frustrating scene too, when he's asking Rei what to say to his dad, or what she sees in him or likes about him, what all that stuff, and of course she gives him nothing too. But yeah, it was an interesting thing about her mother. Like he said, you remind me of a mom like that, and she was considering it a little bit, maybe flashing back to something. It seems like she has no parents, of course, but maybe she did at one point have a mother. If she did, I assume it was they were separated young for whatever reason. Masato is a big part of the episode too. She gets drunk a lot, or she drinks a lot at least, but this time she went overboard at the wedding here. Definitely was reaching for the self-loathing, and Kaji was pretty cool about everything, especially considering so we learned here that she broke up with him, and he didn't really do anything wrong that we know about, or do anything against her other than just reminding her of her own father. And the way she'd been acting to him up to this point wouldn't lead you to think that, because it seemed like she was mad about him for something that he did, or he was fooling around on her, I don't know, just like some personality thing, whatever. But that apparently wasn't the case, and I think that gets back to the heart hating herself too, pushing him away because of that. And she even said they clearly had mirrored her and Shinji a few episodes ago. When we saw the flashback with her and her father saving her and whatever, that whole episode was kind of about how similar they are, and she was just straight up saying it this time, and which is interesting. She said I have no right to look down my nose at him or whatever. I guess she does that a little bit, but I didn't necessarily think I think she's again being hard on herself there too. It doesn't seem like Shinji is cognizant of that, of her looking down on him or something like that. So yeah, good episode. I like the character stuff for sure. I'm interested to see what's going on with Kaji exactly here, and this whole Adam thing, of course, seems to be a big reveal of some kind here, or the first Eva, so what does Akari have planned here with this? And yeah, I mentioned toward the end there, we didn't see what Rei was doing last time. At the end of last time, it seemed like it was going to roll into something this time, which it didn't, but some mission for Akari, and then he was observing her again here. So yeah, it's coming together somewhat here. The pieces of the puzzle are fitting in here and there. Still confused about it a lot, so what else is new? But I enjoyed that one. I plan to enjoy the next one too, next Anime Monday, episode 16 of Evangelion. Do join me back for that one next time. Do subscribe if you're not already. Comment, all of that jazz, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'm up out of here. Peace.